Well, hey, welcome back to Playing for Second. We wanted to kick off another playthrough, learn to play and playthrough for you with Striking Flint today. So, hey, I'm Tim, and with me is Josh.
Hey.
And Brian.
Hello.
Very good. So, Striking Flint was a game that we did an unboxing for a couple weeks ago. And at that time, we were hoping within the next few weeks, we were going to be able to get it to the table. So we wanted to use this as an opportunity to do so. So come along and let's learn how to play this thing. So first thing we wanted to start off with is the components. We've got everything just laid out on the table. This is everything that comes in the box. First thing, we've got our calendar up here. Striking Flint's got the numbers 1 through 40. It has two sides, easy. That's the side that we're looking at right now. You flip it, it's got the hard side on the back. We also have the concessions token at the beginning of the game. That's going to start at 40. As we progress through the game, it's going to decrease in the in values there. I'll talk about win and end game conditions here in a sec. Next thing we have are map cards. Right here, we've got 6. Each map card, if you take a look, it's got some blue sections, which are called stations, which when you have adjacent stations, they're considered a factory, and then light sections, which are corners, or it's really the street area of the map. In our game, we're going to be using one map section per committee, which is basically one committee per player. So one of those sections per player. Additionally, we have exhaustion cubes over here. It's going to be the purple cubes we have in the corner there. For each game, you're going to use 6 per player or 6 per committee. So in our game, we've got 18 set aside there. Event cards, we have our stack right here. Normally, what you're going to do is just shuffle those up, and those are, as we showed in the unboxing, they are headlines right out of the local Flint Journal paper, and they actually have the date and page that the headline was from. What I did is I actually just listed them or grouped them chronologically, and we're just going to work through just as the strike progressed, and see how that goes. So additionally, right on the other side of the event deck, we've got the strike breaker tokens. We have 3 different types. We've got one with a badge up there on top. That is represents authority. The middle one is called money. It's basically influences financial incentives to influence the union workers to try to get them to discontinue the union. And then the last one is scabs. So those were additional workers that weren't affiliated with the union who were willing to work instead. So those 3, again, strike breaker tokens. I'll get into exactly what they do here in a sec. So in addition, we have over here, we have our committee cards, and this is the point where every player is going to select their committee, also take their 4 workers associated with that committee, and then also the committee token. These tokens will randomize and put in a stack on the first day of the calendar. So with that, Brian, which committee would you like to select?
I always play red, so I'll be confused if I'm not red. I'll take the socialists.
I gotcha. So another thing I didn't mention in this game, it's a worker placement game, but in most worker placement games, you place your worker and take the action. In this game, it's more, we place our workers to deny the game from doing bad things to us, because it's supposed to be simulating a sit down strike.
Prevent actions instead of take action.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a sit down strike. We're going to go there to try to prevent something from occurring. So there is a neat little thematic tinge there. So Josh, which group?
I'm going to choose this Women's Emergency Brigade because they have this cute little raspberry beret, and I can sing Prince all game.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Purple Rays.
Bryce, you're not singing Prince now.
Maybe you aren't.
And similar to Brian, I tend to always play blue. This is the rank and file. So these are just the standard workers within the UAW. So within the General Motors plant that were most invested in developing the UAW. So I will move the other two.
Are these just out of the game then?
These are just out of the game.
Whoops.
Thank you. Very good. And if we can get your committee token, we'll give that to Brian. And Brian, if you could, again, randomize those, put them in a stack on just number 1. Very good. And while he's doing that, I'm going to say this twice, once now and once at the very end of the teach, and that is how you win or what the end game conditions are. How you win is pretty easy. We are trying to get all of our committee tokens past the concessions token.
Okay.
So we're moving, ascending. The concessions token is moving descending depending on how well we perform our turns. So how do we lose? Go ahead.
Is this a beat your own score? Like we're trying to eclipse that token as quickly as possible to get a score,
nope.
or it's just
It's
we're trying
just
to
a matter of win lose.
So it's win or lose.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly. So and this is a game where there's one way to win and multiple ways to lose.
Sure.
So we've got 3 of them here. One is if we need to add a strike breaker token and the supply is empty. So if we have 5 already out on the board, we need to go grab a 6th. That's a lost condition. Another is need to grab an exhaustion cube, and the supply is empty. That's the second, and the third is if at any point there are no workers in a factory.
Okay.
So that's something. Basically, all the workers have been expelled. The sit-down strike has been broken, and the big evil company has won. All right. So setup. We've got easy or hard. That's our first choice. First game. I'm suggesting we just knock it off with the easy and kick that off and make sure we can handle that. The next is arranging map cards. We're going to do that by selecting 3 of these and putting them into what the rule book suggests is a square-ish pattern.
So the book actually has ish in it?
No, okay. I added that.
Good. I was about to walk out.
Square-ish, and we want to have at least 3 factories.
Okay.
So we'll go boom, boom, and boom, and let's see how that lines up. That only gives us 2 factories, so we need to make a couple changes here. Let's see if we do something like this. That gives us 4 factories.
There you go.
That all right?
Yeah.
All right.
And these are done then?
Yep.
Cool.
Let's go ahead and put that right there. Okay. So with that now, Josh, can you grab that die over there and go ahead and give it a roll, and each of these cards is going to start with a strike breaker token on it. So let's go ahead and start with this one. So with 5, we're going to put a badge right here.
Oh, I see what we're doing.
Yep. Okay. And we can do the same thing. We'll put, oh yeah.
Because there's no 1 in there. I'm assuming roll again.
Well, sorry. No, you the first one you rolled was a 5. That's actually going to be a scab.
Oh,
so we're going to put a scab.
Not big. Okay.
No, it's my fault.
I gotcha.
So it's going to be a scab right there. Yep, I did too. And then the next one you rolled was a 1. That actually is going to be a badge. And go ahead and roll for that last one. That's going to be a badge as well, right here.
Is there a yellow die that we use as well?
What's that?
Is there a yellow?
Nope, just that one.
A badge.
Why?
Because those are yellow die.
Oh yeah, they are tinged a little
badge
bit.
where?
Yeah, right there on that badge. Yep. Very good, very good. Now in reverse turn order. So who's on the bottom there? Is that me?
Yes, sir.
We're going to place one of our workers anywhere on the board. Now, I'll tell you what. Let's know we're going to do this. We'll swing back and cover and place this after we better understand the rules.
Cool.
One of us, at least one of us, has to be in a factory or in a station. Just because if we don't have a worker in a station, it's a loss condition. We probably want to have more than 1.
And you said the light brown is corners?
Their corners are streets. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right. Then the next thing we're going to do is reveal an event card. Can you go ahead and just flip that card right on the top? And actually, let's go ahead and give it to Josh. Can you read that? Read that guy for us.
This is the Strike Halts Car Assembly. Oh, there we go. Each time the factory activates from an odd-numbered space, add a scab token to a station. And do we need to hear about the removal?
Yeah, what's the removal?
The removal says at the end of a committee's turn, at least 2 factories contain no tokens.
No tokens?
No tokens of any
Okay,
sort.
okay. So the
And then maybe I'll read the little
Yeah,
text.
absolutely.
All right. So this is from, again, the Flint Journal from December 30th of 1936 on page 13. And it said the strike begins with 22 striking workers sitting down at their stations at Fisher Body Plant number 2.
Very good, very good. Now I got bad news because the first thing we look at is we look at the removal and we check to see if the current state of the game meets that.
Okay.
If it does, we put this at the bottom and we take the next card. So with this, at least 2 factories contain no strike breaker tokens. And right now we've got 3 factories that contain no strike breaker tokens. So with that, we would kick this off. We're going to take a look at the next one. So strike activities throwing thousands out of work here. There you go.
Okay. All right. So each time a committee uses Picket, they gain an extra exhaustion cube, I'm assuming that is?
So Picket is one of the actions that every committee has.
Okay, and this says the sit-down strike spreads to Fisher Body Plant number 1.
And the removal was?
Removal was at the end of the committee's turn. Every factory has at least 1 worker.
Okay, and right now we don't have every factory having at least 1 worker, and even after we place our 3, because we have 4 factories, that won't be the case. So that one will be live. It's basically just going to kind of debuff our Picket action for everyone. Just costs 1 more exhaustion than what our current value is.
Discard pile up here, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. All right, so turns for this game. This is not a round-based game. So it's not going to be someone takes a turn and we just go around the table. This is turn order is going to be based on which committee is last on the calendar. So we were talking earlier, there are several games that have this. Patchwork was one that it reminded me of. Takedo, I think, has it. You had mentioned a couple.
Glenmore is another one that does that pretty prominently.
And so it sets up for a situation where, depending on the actions that are taken, the same committee or same player could take multiple turns in a row, basically as they catch up to where everyone else is. When we have committee tokens in a stack, whoever's on top is next in turn order. And we've got a 5-phase sequence within each turn. So when someone is taking a turn, first thing they're going to do is remove their workers. What that means is if you have a situation where you have a worker in an area where a scab is, or where an area where a token is, your worker comes back to your supply. All right, so it's one of those things. That's one way that your workers are involuntarily removed from the board. That's the first phase. Second phase is select and take an action. Each committee has 5 actions listed on their card here. 4 of them are the same on all of the committees. Then each of them has like 1 special action. So the 4 that are the same are Occupy, Picket, Resist, and Rest. Occupy is used to place workers into stations, and again, the blue areas on the board. Picket is how you get workers or place workers onto the corners or the street sections of the board. Resist is how you remove strike breaker tokens.
So they'll be down on a corner out in the street?
Down in the corner out in the street. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Hall notes?
No.
And then they all have rest. Rest is how you return all your exhaustion cubes, because we're going to be collecting exhaustion cubes to the point where, again, one of the game loss conditions is if someone has to take an exhaustion cube and there's none left, we lose. So we want to keep exhaustion going back to the supply. At that point, we optionally can voluntarily retrieve some of our workers from the board at that point as well. And then lastly, each committee has their own special type of action. Can you go through what your special type of action is?
Sure.
It's the 4th one listed there.
So mine is called Rouse. Rouse. Each other committee may take an action, gaining exhaustion as normal, and it costs 2 exhaustion.
Okay, so on your turn, you can take that action
Yes.
to allow both of us to take an action.
I'm assuming at normal costs
Yep.
for us
Yes.
as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So mine is kneecap, and I'm going to move.
This sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds great. Move one of your workers 1 space, then remove 1 token from the street within 1 space of it.
Okay, so that's another way to remove strike breakers. All right, very good. And then mine is backdoor. Place one of my workers on a station, then place another committee's worker on an adjacent station. So pretty good at getting stuff, getting workers out on the board, specifically in stations. Okay, very good, very good. The third phase is gain exhaustion. So depending on which action you took, if you look over on the right, there's a column there just saying how much exhaustion you're going to collect from the supply. Just put it either on your card or right below your card. And then fourth, phase 4 is just moving on the calendar. You're going to move your committee token on the calendar the number of spaces equal to the amount of exhaustion cubes that you have. So that's going to be moving. That's how we move in ascending on the calendar up there. However, if we move onto or past a space that has our committee's icon, then we trigger a factory action, and that's where the game is going to take an action against us.
Gotcha.
And what we're going to do, we're going to roll. At that point, go ahead and roll, and now we're going to resolve every card based on its 5 space, if it has a 5. Not all of them have a 5. This one does. We got one here, we've got one there, we've got one here. In our case, if there's a worker there, like let's say we had a worker there and no strike breaker, nothing happens. We have blocked that part of the game from activating.
Okay.
If there is, let's say we rolled a 2. Let's say we rolled a 2 and we look up here, there's a strike breaker, there's an authority strike breaker token there. They're going to, we are going to move the strike breaker toward the closest worker. So that guy's looking to get to the closest worker, because what they're going to end up trying to do is removing us from the board here. The other one, if it's a money token, that's the center token up there that we don't necessarily have. If we roll and it's that is the token that's in the space, we're going to move the closest worker toward the strike breaker. So again, it incentivizes workers to go to where the money is.
Sure.
So the authority moves them, or the authority moves toward them. The money kind of vacuums in the workers, and then the other one, which is the scab, they actually move the closest worker away from them and directly opposite direction of wherever they are. Then lastly, if there's nothing there, which is a little bit what we had here with a 5. Let's say 5 up here. We resolve the printed action. So in this case, it would be go ahead and
Put a badge up.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And again, if we ever have to place a token that is not available in the supply, that is one of the end game loss conditions. Let's see. So yeah, based on what you land on, it's going to be place a strike breaker token. Other ones are gain an exhaustion. So the cubes, whoever the active player is, they gain an exhaustion cube. Another is remove the closest worker. So the worker with the red X through it, whoever is closest to that, ends up getting removed. Now, how closest works, if there's a tiebreaker, or if there's a tie based on who is where. Let's say we have this and we roll a 6. We need to remove a worker. This right here, the tiebreaker is someone who's in a station over corner. So this one would be removed. Let's say we have this. Now we have both of them are in stations. Then it is whoever is next in turn order. We go to the stack and whoever would be next in turn order. In this case, it would be you. So yours would be removed. And then lastly is we move the concessions. and this is where the concessions token is going to tick down. Now, it's only going to tick down if we have 2 or more factories that have at least 1 worker and no strikebreaker tokens in them.
Say that one more time.
So if we have at least 2 factories
with workers
that have at least 1 worker and no strikebreaker tokens, then this is going to move 1 space.
Okay.
And that's going to happen on every player's turn.
Oh.
So that's, if we get it going and we set it up, that can tick basically one notch every time. Now, another way we're going to move that concessions marker is through the completion and removal of events. So when a removal condition is met, we're going to put that card into the discard pile. We're going to move the concession marker 1 space, reveal the next event. We're going to check if the removal condition is met, but if it's met, we're going to get credit for it. We're going to move the concession marker, draw the next event. It basically just immediately resolves. So again, just wanted to go back, cover what the end game conditions are. How do you win? We need to move all of our condition tokens past the concessions token. We're moving ascending. Concessions marker or concessions token is descending. How do we lose? Need to add a strike breaker token and we don't have one. Need to add an exhaustion and we don't have one. Or we have a situation where no workers are in the factory. That is Striking Flint.
Okay.
What questions you guys got?
I think I got it.
Nothing, Kurt.
You got it?
But just in case, say the whole thing again. I will.
Okay, so starting at the top.
Shouldn't there be something to Jenga?
So with that, starting with at the bottom of the pile there, bottom of the stack, we're going to place into the factories here. I think I am going to go here, and I'm just going to let you guys know what I'm thinking is on my turn. I probably am going to try to place into this factory and bring one of you along with me and place you right there.
Okay.
So just a heads up.
How do you bring us along?
That's
one of your
what
actions?
my backdoor action
Got it.
is. I bring someone along with me. Brian. Oh, no, reverse turn order, so yellow.
All right. From the street within 1 space. So this is street.
That is street, yes.
This is street?
Yes.
Yeah. Straight and factories. They just call them stations and corners.
Yeah,
for some
stations and corners.
So corners and
factories.
streets. Corners and streets are the same,
They're the same.
identical.
Yep,
This is brown
exactly.
spaces.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
Because
yep,
sometimes
yep.
they'll say on a corner, but then they'll say street.
Yep.
But it means the same thing.
They are
Okay.
the same.
So my special action is move one of your people 1 space, then remove 1 token from the street within 1 space of it.
Okay.
From the street within 1 space of it.
Okay, all right.
So I'm trying to remove these tokens.
Right.
Is there a certain token you would like me to remove on the turn?
Removing this one would allow us to be in more factories, but again, for us to get our concession bonus, we really only need to be in 2.
Right.
So even if we're not in that one, it's
Okay.
not that big of a deal.
Okay.
But
Well, I can only
having 2.
This can only come from streets, so I got to get one of
Yeah.
those.
Oh, okay. Good point. So I don't know.
I'm gonna go here.
Nothing wrong with that.
I was thinking of going here and then removing that one with resist.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Resist
Okay.
action.
Resist.
Only 1 exhaustion.
Yours is expensive.
Very good.
No, my resist is only 1.
Hey, no, he's real good at
Oh, I thought it was
resist.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now my special ability, and just as a reminder, is you guys both take an action.
Right.
And I don't, and it's
Right.
2 exhaustion. So
Okay.
okay.
So every player starts with 1 exhaustion.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
You did so good.
And with that,
Use my-
we're ready to kick it off. Go ahead, Red.
I think I'm going to take another exhaust, and I am going to go ahead and just remove that with the resist action.
All right.
Move any one of the tokens within 1 space of your dude.
All right. Very good. It goes back to the pile. And with that, now you move your token 2 spaces on the
This
calendar.
guy. Yeah. Okay. And at the end of my turn, we move the 40 since we're
move the
in
concessions because we are in
at least 2.
we're in at least 2, and they don't have strike breaker tokens.
Yeah.
So with that, we go to yellow.
I'm going to resist as well, and I'm going to remove this.
Oh, yours is a 1 as well, 1 cost. Oof.
Yeah, resist.
Okay, very good, very good.
Okay.
And then with 2 exhaustion, we move him 2.
Whoop whoop.
He goes on top of me, I assume.
Yes,
Yep.
you got it. And now me, I
hold on.
am...
This
go
moves
ahead.
again, right?
Oh, yes,
It
it
does.
does. I'm sorry. And now with me, I am going to do a backdoor. So I'm gonna do the activation first. Do you mind if I pull you
Oh, yeah.
into the factory
That's
here?
wonderful.
I'm going to put you here and me here. I just want to make sure. Place one of mine into a station, then place another committee's worker on an adjacent station. I think we're good there. And now I gain 3, and now I move 4.
That will put you on your color, which means
2,
something
3,
that I remember
4.
totally.
That means a factory
Now,
action.
we've also now met this, right? At the end of a committee's turn, every factory has at least 1 worker.
So we will do that
After
after
dialogue.
this. Yep. We resolve this first, then we do that. Okay, so 4. See, then this is going to be an issue because that right there, that's going to happen. 4.
Money.
It's a money.
Yeah, and then no 4 on that last one.
And then no 4 on that
I'm
one.
going to go ahead and bring these 2.
Yes, that's no problem.
That we were not
Yep. And I almost
so far.
wanted to put these in glass bowls just so they're a little bit easier to,
Yeah.
to
I have the
manage.
bowls.
But I see advantages, disadvantages.
Cool.
Okay, now does that still...
So this, well, I don't know. Does that token prevent?
Nope.
I mean, we're still in the factory,
Yep.
right? So
Nope,
this
we're
is
good.
gone.
Yep.
And we get something for that happening, right?
So, first thing, yes, exactly. So, first we're going to do move concessions for me.
Yep.
Now we would resolve that. We met that, so we're going to get another point. And now we take a look at the next event.
New event.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Do we all 3 have to pass this, or just one of us?
All 3 of us.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm sure you said that. I just
No.
forgot.
it's all
So
good.
headline is "Stay in continues despite injunction," and the flavor text here at the bottom it says Circuit Judge Edward Black, who is later discovered to own over 200,000 worth of GM stock, issues an injunction seeking to prevent strikers from stopping workers from entering plants. So what I'm hearing
Oops.
is the corruption that's happening today was happening in the 30s
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Okay, great.
90 years ago,
Great.
it was pretty much the same.
All right. So when a committee uses Occupy, they gain an exhaustion and place an exhaustion from the supply on this card.
Ew.
Okay.
Place a dude on a station.
Interesting.
And
Removal.
stations are
This
bad.
card has as many cubes on it as there are committees in the game.
Okay.
So we have to take the Occupy
So
action
we have
3
to take
times.
the Occupy action.
Does it cost the same for all of us? 1?
Mine's 3.
Mine's 1.
Okay, so you and I need to take
Yeah.
that action.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So with that,
Neat.
yellow, you are up.
Oh, I'm on top. Okay.
First thing would be remove workers. If you had any tokens with you, we're clean so far.
Okay. Interesting.
Don't occupy.
Wait, what
However,
was that?
you are
Oh.
kind of set up to resist.
I
if
can
you...
remove. Do we have any druthers of which of those leaves?
The 2
The-
road ones?
Right here. I can get either of those out because they're both adjacent to me.
Well, the money one is going to pull you in, and
The badge is going to
the
come
badge
looking
is going
for
to
me.
come to you.
The
they're
badge
both
is going to push
equally
us
bad.
out.
No, I thought you said the badge comes and looks for you.
Yeah. You said that the scabs are the ones that push you out.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
What if
they
there's
move
nowhere-
toward us. That's right. They move toward us, and
The
when they
badges.
move toward us, then they kick us out. Because if I,
Right.
on your turn, beginning of your
Okay.
turn, so I would say probably the badge.
The
Badge.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will do that. We'll take an exhaustion. And boom, boom. But that moves me. Now I have 3.
Now you
I'm
move
gonna
3.
3.
You
Yep.
move 3, which is going to
You.
take another roll.
You.
Now you're going
Okay.
to roll, and we're going to resolve them.
Ooh, 6er.
So you get an extra exhaustion.
Oh boy.
Scab token over here.
Bloop.
And one of you's gone.
All right.
no.
So it's the first tiebreaker is station, and then the next tiebreaker is who is next turn. So I think that's me.
Yeah.
Oh. It doesn't. It's not based on who just took turn.
I think it's how it was worded was next in turn order.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's
Sure.
that would be red, then it would be me,
Yeah.
then it would
Right.
be you.
We are still in 2 factories, though.
We are still in 2 factories.
Okay.
Yep, they're in there without tokens.
Okay. So it's me. I will occupy.
Occupy.
I'm going to need 1 exhaustion, please.
He's going to need one, and we got to put one on the card.
Any particular reason to go one place over the other? I'm not seeing that yet.
Yeah, I'm not either. I feel like it's more of a...
Well, we got kicked out of here, so going back into there is not a bad idea.
Go in there.
I think it's more of a reactionary type game.
Little
than it
bit.
is a plan
Yeah, okay.
ahead
Yeah.
kind of game.
And we also can, you can have multiple workers in the same
Factory?
spot. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
in the same square.
I have 3 exhaustion, which will move me right here. I do pass my thing, so another die roll.
How many? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
God,
sorry.
2. No 2 here. Police guy here.
The badge
And nothing down there, and/or I can't see it.
right
Can't
there,
see it.
blocked it.
So because it's occupied, that token stays
that's
up.
that's
Okay.
great. So we
Neat.
avoided that one happening.
We are still in 2 things, so that'll move up.
Very
Okay.
good. Now it comes to me, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here is my question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if anything I do, I'm going to take an exhaustion, which is going to kick off an action.
With the exception of
That's
resting.
fine. Except
Which
resting.
is, it's better
right,
to rest.
exactly. And
Well-
when you do rest, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
When you do rest, you return all of your exhaustion.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you select any
Number of your
workers
people.
you want to retain on the map. For any of them that you leave on the map, you take an exhaustion.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I
So
was...
that's
Okay.
how that works. It's
Perfect.
not 100% clear on the card, but it's not too bad. I think I'm going to take 1 to occupy.
So when do you want the card?
So, and I think part of it is just to...
I mean, I feel like we're
If
supposed
I
to do
go-
these, right? I mean, this is part of the...
I mean, I think so.
It feels like a pretty big goal.
I mean, yeah, we'll get those back when the card triggers.
Yeah.
Right. And I think if I can either go here or here. If I go here, I'm kind of setting you up if you can get rid of that guy.
I can.
Because if it comes back to me and that guy's still there, I just get kicked out.
Yeah, I'll take care of them.
Okay, cool. Then I'll just go there.
Okay, you have how many? 5?
Yes.
So that is
So
another
it's
roll.
going to go straight to 10. 6. So I get
Another
an extra
exhaustion?
cube. All right. So I'm going to have
This one's already got a token in it.
can't-
What happens
Okay,
there?
so because there is a scab there, move the closest worker away from that strike breaker. So closest worker is going to be, again, first is station over corner. We're both in station.
Okay.
Now
Then it
it's
goes-
next in turn order.
so
That's
red,
going to be you.
Yellow.
So you're going to be kicked out directly
This
away
direction.
from him. Exactly.
And does that remove me then?
It will at the beginning of your turn if that token's still there.
Got it.
So we are looking rough on
I'm gonna be taking a
exhaustion.
rest.
I was going to say someone's going to have to do some rest here. Also, I'm still in that factory, so it's not that huge
Yeah.
of a deal that if your guy comes out.
Tick.
Speaking of which,
So beginning of the turn, boom. We're also 1 cube away from resolving this guy.
yeah, I think I'm going to clear that out though, so you don't.
Okay.
Right, so that
And
is
I can see it either way.
resist. Or should I do that? Should I put one more guy out? No, you don't want to lose your guy that way. I'm going to
Either
resist.
way.
So I need 1
Okay.
token. And then, thank you. All right, and then that is 4, which is going to trigger another one for me as well. 1, 2, 3, 4,
And hopefully we don't get a bunch of exhaustions.
5.
5, which is a badge.
Another exhaustion.
Oh, yeah, 5 is a badge.
Badge, and it's covered.
And covered. Yep, we're good.
Woo! I'm gonna
One left.
I'm gonna hit us with a.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and rest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All these go back.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna
No.
go ahead and voluntarily remove this. He would have gone already, right?
Oh, yes, at the
Yeah.
beginning of your turn, he would have gone.
Okay. And then I will just.
Then you
take-
rest. Now you gain exhaustion based
I'll
on
just take
leaving
one.
that guy.
Yeah. I like
Now you move your
Tick.
token. Move your
Yep.
token.
Yep.
You-
Take both.
What, just one,
Just
right?
one. Yep.
So
which means
no
he'll be
roll.
going again.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. Now you go again.
Okay.
And then potentially again, depending on what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to remove. I'm going to pick it first. So I'm going to. I can't do that.
What's that?
Can I kneecap? I can't do that either.
Well, no, you gotta get some people out on the board.
I do.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't want to... No matter what I do, I'm going to trigger another event. Or another...
Why is that?
Because if I'm going 2 times in a row, I'm going to have 2, and then I'm going to have 3. Minor space 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
eventually, yeah.
No, not eventually. Now.
Yeah, he's going to get.
I'm going to have 2
He's going
turns
to
in
get
a
a
row.
second and a
Yeah.
third turn in a row.
Right.
On his third turn,
Yeah.
he'll trigger
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I think.
that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. That's
All
going to
right,
happen.
I'm going to get out here.
You're picketing, though, right?
I am
So
picking.
you're going
That's a
into
corner.
a corner of
Oh,
the street.
oh, can I get into one where I'm at?
I would go somewhere where a token isn't, because at the beginning of your next turn,
You'd
you're
lose
going to get kicked out.
I see. Okay. All right. Place on Akona.
and
We'll
then
go
you could
here.
and then you could immediately resist.
Might I recommend the one that
Yeah.
covers up the extra exhaustion?
Exhaustion.
Because if you're about to trigger an event,
But I can't. But then nothing is one away to. I can't remove anything if I do that.
oh,
I can only remove one
We
away.
can chance it. Then.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
we can chance it because those are all on different numbers. So yeah, put it.
I see what you're
How
saying.
about there?
Yep,
And remove
you can do that.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was my first turn. Was picketing.
So
Okay.
So
you
move
now have
2.
and we still have 2. So this is going to. It does.
Ugh,
I know.
missed opportunity.
I mean, it looks like a calendar.
And then I'm going to take the 1 to resist these police officers here.
Okay.
And then I'll take 3.
1, 2, 3. So we do have a new event.
Nothing. He does something.
Yep.
Nothing.
Okay.
So
So
four
what is it?
right
Is it
now.
money?
Yeah.
It's money.
Money. Move the closest worker toward the strike breaker. So I think that's going to be me.
Red's up
Oh
top.
no, it's going to
Yeah,
be red.
It's going to be me.
Yep.
And that's it, right? He doesn't get removed until the beginning
Correct.
of his turn, but it's
Exactly.
going to happen now.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Okay.
Yep.
still
End of
have
your
to-
turn. We get that.
Okay.
Now it
Beginning of
goes
my
to
turn.
Beginning.
You.
Yep.
it's going
Comes
to go
off.
back.
And
got it.
I also think I need to rest. So I will keep one of these in return for keeping that guy out there, which will move me up 1.
Just that one.
But we do
Okay.
get that.
Tim.
All right. Now it's me.
Yep.
All right. I'm good there. Oh boy. I think I have to rest too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to rest, but I'm going to keep 2 of my guys. Or I'm going to keep 2 exhaustion,
Okay.
so I can keep my guys.
It's going to put you there,
Okay.
which does not try another
Yep,
event.
exactly.
It's just that.
So it is Red's turn.
Should I do my rouse? Rouse? I assume that's rouse.
Can you
Rouse,
do...
I'm sure.
Rouse some
I'm
punks.
guessing.
Can you do an occupy?
I can't do an
Well,
occupy.
he can do rouse, and then I can do an occupy.
And you also can do something.
yeah,
Kind
then
of
you can.
seems like me using
Oh,
that.
that's your special ability.
That's my special
I
ability.
got you.
You can pick it.
Yeah,
or something
absolutely.
cheap.
So that does cost me 2 exhaustion.
Okay.
Okay.
And
You're
it
getting
costs
2.
you guys also normal amounts.
I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, pick it. Get another guy out there. Somewhere. Yep. Ooh. But we're not taking...
Correct.
No, it's still
We're not
just me
moving.
moving.
It's still just his turn.
Okay.
All right, so I will occupy, and I will occupy here.
Or can I take a rest? Oh, that's stupid.
It's any action, but we have plenty in now.
I know.
I
I'm just
win.
trying to.
Oh, you're
I'm
fine.
just trying to.
Yeah, I think that was
You're
good.
fine. You're
reduce
fine.
my impact.
Can I get 1? And can we put 1 on this?
You did not occupy.
And
Beautiful.
that's at that. Well, go ahead and leave that on there real quick, and then we go to your turn. Move 1, 2, 3.
We're still
You
good.
don't have to roll. We get 1. End of his turn. Now
Now
we
this
resolve that.
All right.
Go ahead and give us 1.
Now
Very
a new
good.
one comes out. right?
Exactly.
All right. So this is prolonged idleness looms in Flint. Each time the factory adds an exhaustion cube, add an extra exhaustion cube. Interesting. Removal. Player
Oh.
starts their turn with 5 cubes.
Say it again.
A player starts their turn with 5 exhaustion
Ooh,
cubes. Is the removal
Oh,
condition.
okay. Okay.
Down at the bottom of your little flavor text says 5 days into the strike, both GM and the UAW realize that resolution is unlikely to come quickly.
What's the name of that card again?
Prolonged idleness looms in Flint.
That sounds like a Spirit Island
It
spirit.
does.
You know what I mean?
It very much does.
I didn't even hear what you said it was because I'm like, that's a Spirit Island spirit. For like the Michigan version of Spirit Island.
So each time the factory adds, so when this happens, I'm assuming that's what
Yes,
happens, right?
exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So whenever that comes up as
And we get rid of this. Okay, so
You
we
get
got rid of
two
the
rather than
card,
one.
and that gave us an extra bump. Did we get the
It did.
extra bump?
Yes, we did.
Perfect.
yep. And
Alright.
so
And
with
that was
that, I
me.
think it comes to me.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Okay, so I am going to spend 2, or can I
Take
get 2 to resist? So first thing I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to resist...
I can't not see it now,
Yeah,
Brian.
it's a Spirit Island spirit.
I'm going to resist this guy.
One that just
Okay.
coughs exhaust.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Then I'll get these 2, and now I move 5.
You sure do. And you did pass.
So it's a 2, which this is good. That's okay. Good thing I took that off, I guess. And then we're good over here.
And we are
Very
good.
good.
At the end of your turn for another.
We are.
Who's a what's it point?
And so no matter if it's you or me, it's going to be you. It's going to be you right now. Oh, no, you have 4.
No, they have
Sorry.
4. Yeah. Oof.
Oof.
Oof. Indeed.
I'll start next turn, though.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So you have to
Alright.
do something cheap
Yeah.
and then take another turn.
No, I won't be able to take another turn. I'm gonna
Oh, you're going to move
blow way
5, aren't
past-
you?
Yeah. Unless I rest.
No reason to.
But-
We've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
6 cubes over there.
I can even do my rouse again, and you could rest off that if you want
Yeah.
to. Resetting it for
Right.
your guys'
So
turn.
if I did
Right.
my kneecap,
Yeah.
oh, it wouldn't matter. I'd be giving up. I'd be giving that up anyway.
You want to resist and knock out the scab?
I was going to do that, yeah, but I was wondering if I wanted to move somewhere first. But I'll just take 1 and resist. And we'll get rid of the scab guy. Don't cross the picket line, scab.
And you have 5.
I did have 5, yeah.
Go ahead and roll for a new one.
Ugh. 3. Good. Good.
Not good.
Not good.
Money?
Yeah.
This is neat.
It is. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So I would take 2 of those if I did do the thing that let you both do one.
You would take 2?
I would take
Oh,
2.
2 of those?
Yeah.
One of us can
I mean,
rest.
I'm going to be resting.
So should I
well,
not
no.
do that?
We
'Cause-
want to have someone start.
Yeah.
Why don't you not rest? Let me rest.
I don't know if I should do that though, because that'll also trigger another roll, and that's
We're
only
both
gonna lead
starting our
through.
turn with 5.
Yeah. So I think
Well,
I'm just
no.
gonna do my turn normal.
Because
Start your turn.
right.
Hey, it's my turn. I have 5. Nailed it.
Yeah.
No, if he does rouse
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
you go take
More cubes.
more cubes. Let me rest and get cubes out there. Then
I see what you're
he's
saying.
going to go past you.
You want to take it
and
as
then you're
on his
gonna
action. I'm following.
Right.
I almost
Right.
feel like I shouldn't be doing anything with that because just giving you it's a 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah.
It is, but I mean, it's not.
We're also collectively accumulating 4 cubes at a time, minimum.
That's
at
true.
At that
Yeah,
point.
right.
So do you think I should do that, or should I just do a normal turn?
I would do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead and do it.
I need 2 cubes, please.
Do it.
Go do it.
And then you guys go ahead and each take a turn.
Do you want me to rest? Or you rest?
I'm going to rest.
Because I will go first.
Okay, I'm going to rest. Should I leave all 3 of my guys out there?
I mean, probably.
I'm okay with.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting pretty
that.
close to the,
That's what I was
to the
thinking.
end here, it looks like.
So I'll toss those 2 back, and that's it. That's my turn now. It's
Okay.
all you. What would you like
I
to do?
will.
You can kick this guy out.
I might resist him, yeah. Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sick. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't move on my
Nope.
turn.
No.
Come on.
I now have 5, which will 1, 2, 3, 4.
19.
Go ahead and this is gonna be all good. I can feel it.
Oh, boy.
1 covered here.
Covered. Nothing. Exhaustion.
2
Oh, in the factory,
because
right?
of that.
That's not a factory,
Yeah, that's a fact. Good
What's
point.
it say?
right?
Each
Yeah,
time
you're right.
the factory
Factory.
adds. You're right. You are
That's-
correct.
yeah,
That's
it's
a
the
corner.
we don't want
But
no street
I
exhaust.
think it's a factory action, not a factory space.
I'll take that back.
I think it's the factory action.
I was just about to
I
do,
see what
You
you're
know what I
saying.
mean?
I was just about to do my Dikembe too.
Like the factory's turn.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That makes sense.
All right, Fulton, you are starting your turn.
So we're
with-
doing this.
Yes.
Oh, end of my turn, we get one.
Yes.
We do
Let me get it
that,
right now.
we get one.
Okay. New event comes.
Is it?
I'm
It
sorry.
says at the beginning of the committee turn.
A player starts their turn with 5.
Okay, cool.
Does this resolve now?
I thought it resolved at the end of the turn. It's not
Okay.
100%.
So it probably doesn't resolve at the end,
I would
but
take a
you
look.
met it.
Tap.
Oh, that's copywritten.
Now,
Exhausted.
when the event's removal condition is completed, perform the following steps in order.
I already gave us the thing, so.
Perfect. All right.
This
new
another spirit out of
event.
spirit?
Might as well be. All workers assured no labor dictators will dominate them. Not quite as catchy.
That's a fortune cookie, is what that is. Makes no sense.
And this is from 1937, so we've moved on a few years here.
Well,
Well, you
no,
said you
that's
put them in
it
chronological.
was 36, the end of 36 into 37. So what is it? January what?
January 37.
No, January, like the date. January
4th.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
Yeah.
because it started December 30th of 36.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a January 3rd and a couple of January 4th.
The Flint Journal, the local paper of record throughout the strike, printed articles with a pro-GM slant and sometimes uncritically printed GM's propaganda pieces.
Oops.
Whoopsies. Sounds about right. So we are looking to, each time a committee uses resist on specifically the badge tokens,
Okay.
they gain an extra exhaust cube.
Okay.
A removal at the end of a committee's turn, there are no badges in play.
There's only one in play.
Okay.
That is a bad, right?
That's money.
That's money?
That's money.
We also have one money
Still
in play.
one
There's
money.
one
in
money.
play. All right.
Okay.
So we're looking for money. So we're going to take extra exhaustion, but getting that off the board is going to
Yeah.
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
Colton.
Oh, it's me.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes.
need to rest.
Rest. Yeah.
So
There
we'll
you
put
go.
those back. I think I'm just going to take 3. So
I think
I'll
so.
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
I can't get that off the board.
No,
however.
you can't. That's all right. That's all
I'm assuming adjacency is not diagonal, correct?
correct. Yeah,
Okay.
you got to share. share
So
side.
unless I leave and go in here, I
Right.
get that. I can do that for 2. That is my kneecap action.
It's going to be my turn next.
Yeah.
I can
You
take
need
care
to
of that
rest.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
1, 2, 3. We get this because we're still good on our factories.
Right.
Neat.
And Tim is up.
Okay, so I will do that, and that will be a resist. It'll cost me
3.
3. Yikes.
Yeah,
It'll get rid of the card,
getting
though.
down here.
Okay.
Brian's going next, so he can.
That will take care of this guy, though,
And that will also give us another bump.
and it does that.
End of your turn, so that'll resolve.
Here's the bump for that. Here's the bump for your turn.
Okay,
And how many do you have?
a lot. 6. So what's cool is the difference between the easy side of the calendar and the hard side.
Assuming the spacing of those
is there's every committee has 1 blank space. So if you time that right, like I just
I
locked
see.
into,
I see.
I blew by not having to take a factory action.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then on my turn, I'm just going to rest.
Did you get this?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And we have a new one. I'm sorry.
Neat. And if we just automatically fulfill it, no. All right, one last history lesson. Says strikers have weapons. Who says? But anyway, an arrested striker caught with a concealed weapon claims nearly 1,000 strikers are similarly armed, causing those against the strike to prepare to see violence, quote unquote, if necessary.
Oh, wow. Okay, then.
Great. So each time the factory activates a scab token to a station. Oh, I'm sorry. Each time the factory activates, add a scab token to a station. A cube from the supply to this card, and the active committee gains 1.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Removal. There are 3 on this card. Yikes.
Oh, yikes. That happened 3 times.
Well, luckily for us, on my turn, I shall rest.
Yeah.
Advance 1.
And win the game. We have
then this
successfully
goes this way.
outlasted
Right.
the corp.
And yeah, that is it.
Interesting.
And that's Striking Flint.
That's cool.
Again, I think that's the easy calendar.
I'm going to flip it over to the hard table yet.
Yeah.
Things that they recommended to.
Oh, yeah. That looks better.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Things they recommended to increase difficulty is add factory tiles,
Yep.
add events. So you can have multiple events going on at the same time, which kind of limits your, you have to juggle more.
Right.
So while you're trying to move ahead, while you're trying to have people in the factories, we didn't get kicked out of the factories too badly.
No.
I think only one time we had a worker removed because there was a token there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, very good.
Yeah, that's
very
cute.
Good.
The events are neat. These are
Yeah, that's what I thought.
these
I
are
thought
cool.
so too. And again, being from that area, growing up just north of there. Again, that's the newspaper I grew up with. So.
And you said your dad worked for GM?
Yep, absolutely. Yep, retired from General Motors.
And you said these are typically just shuffled and randomized.
Yeah, normally just shuffled. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like chronologically. I didn't look at them or read them or anything other than just the dates.
Sure.
So I didn't know how that would affect the gameplay or whatnot. So what do you think? Right up there with Spirit Island?
No, but I liked it. No, I liked it.
No.
I liked it more than I thought I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is to say, I liked it. I didn't think I would. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
from a straight theme standpoint,
Right.
meh. But it is a little. There's some Spirit Islandy things to it. Having to work together, and we don't each have our own card, but we kind of each have our own card, kind of
Right.
thing. And of course, there is a spirit in the event deck, at least one. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that more than I thought I would.
All right. Very good. Very good. Anything else you were?
No, like Brian said, it was. I wasn't expecting to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was enjoyable. It's quick enough that it's not going to overstay its welcome.
No.
And it looks like that hard side of the board is definitely going to make it harder.
Right.
And adding extra events would be crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Adding extra of these to have
Extra
to spread
cards.
out.
Yeah.
Either of those seems more punishing than this side of the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I think setting ourselves up to have 4 factories makes it easier as well because you just have to have 2.
Yeah.
So the more you have, the easier it is to be able to be in 2.
Yeah. Pretty
And
early.
have and lock
early
that
warning
in.
system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are the rules for the configuration?
You want to be in a square-ish,
Uh-huh.
and then have at least 3 factories.
At least
That's
3.
it.
Okay.
That's really about it.
And so you just randomly draw 3, obviously,
Yep.
each game. And interesting.
Yep.
Neat.
Very good. Very good.
Neat indeed.
And then the other 2 committees, they have their special actions. I didn't take a look at what those are. So the United War Veterans of Flint have Gambit, move each Strikebreaker token
I'm assuming that's supposed to say within.
within 1 space. Oh yeah, I saw that there was an errata in the book here.
I bet you that's
It says here at the bottom.
Yep, the Gambit ability.
Yeah. So move each Strikebreaker token within 1 space of one of your workers 1 space. Then move the worker 1 space.
So they're just kind of moving.
So they just
things
kind of
around.
move people around. Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what these guys do as
Working,
well.
moving the Dahan around the board.
The Congress of Industrial Organizations, their special ability is move. Move any committee's worker up to 2 spaces or 2 different committees' workers up to 1 space.
Oh, neat.
For an
Okay.
exhaustion cost of just 1.
Well, that's cool.
That would probably be very helpful if you did start adding tiles to the board when you're.
Yeah.
More mobility, yeah.
Yeah.
And it just costs 1.
Yeah.
I had 1 dude in the corner most of the game.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I was stuck over in this corner the whole game with this guy.
I think did I lose a guy? Yeah, I did. I lost a guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this, let you guys, and this seems even more powerful in like a 4.
Oh,
or
yeah.
5 player
Yeah, there's
game.
greater quantity of
I
players. Yeah,
legitimately
absolutely.
almost don't see a reason to not do that
Right.
unless our exhaustion
Right.
can't handle
Right,
it.
right.
So, yeah, that was good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, thanks for teaching
Very
us.
good.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Well, very good. That was Striking Flint. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time. For that, I'm Tim. We'll see ya.
Bye.